I was wondering about the economy, how it affected you all, because I know that it has had an effect on other organizations, helping organizations like the Salvation Army. With your 501c3 designation, are you able to buy supplies without taxes, without paying taxes on those supplies, or do you get special nation for having that?
The neat thing about Gleaning for the World is, again, we contact these industries that are manufacturing clothing or manufacturing medical supplies. But these supplies may have had a crooked label, they may have had a tear in the box, so they can't sell these items. So instead they donate them to us. When folks ask us how are we able to multiply $1 72 times, this is how that plays in, because we're not having to use that money to go out and buy the supplies.
Wonderful.
The supplies are being donated to us. There are times, like when I mentioned earlier, the meals in Haiti, we had to go buy those meals. So sometimes we're having to use our monetary donations to buy supplies, but it's only because it's more efficient for us to do that. It would cost us more to have shipped those meals from Concord, Virginia to Haiti than it would have to have bought it in Haiti and distributed it then. So we do get a tax deduction because we're a 501c3 when we do buy supplies, that's right.
What percentage of your monetary donations, if you don't mind me asking, goes toward relief?
One of the things that we're proud to announce, 99.4% of your dollar that goes to Gleaning for the World is used into a project. So if you wanted your dollar to be used in Haiti, then 99.4% of it would go to Haiti. And that's only because we're so efficient with our finances. We have a very low overhead costs. There's only 10 of us that work full-time, which is why we count on hundreds of volunteers each month to help us process these supplies. So it's because of that that we're so efficient. Now, do we wear a lot of hats? Yes. I'm the communications director. I'd also be the warehouse guy, or I could be the collection guy. So it's the way the nonprofit world works.
So is it better, if somebody in our audience is listening and wants to make a donation, is it better to donate money or to donate goods, or does it matter?
Well, you know, when you're looking at this kind of project, folks have asked me that a lot with Haiti. And I usually tell them, where's your heart? You know, do you want to get your hands dirty? Do you want to go out and pick out those things? Do you want your kids to get involved? Do you want to pick out that can of green beans? Do you want to pick up the diapers for the baby? Then go buy the supplies. We have, you know, a specific list of supplies for each different project, and you can usually find that on our website or just call our office. That's what I was going to ask,
where you could get a copy of that.
But then again, you know, if you want to make a monetary donation because you can't get out and buy the supplies, we certainly welcome that too, because that money will be used efficiently. It will be used to help process those supplies that we get in and ship them out. So either way, wherever your heart is what I normally say. What
about transportation costs? They must be astronomical. Or do you get a lot of people who donate the transportation?
It depends. Most of the time we work with groups that take care of those transportation costs. So we'll get it to the port here in the States, but they usually take care of the cost getting it into country. It depends on different scenarios. For instance, getting supplies into Haiti, there have been a lot of donated shipments in. We've been working with a lot of groups who said, you know what, we'll pay for the shipping. Just go ahead and put it on the ship, and we'll get it up. We'll make certain it gets over there.
That's great.
And then, of course, you had groups like FedEx that have said, you know, hey, charities, you know, we might be able to help you out and put some supplies on a plane. More recently, we loaded up a plane here at the Virginia Aviation in Lynchburg. We worked a partnership out with a pilot who flew that into Miami and got it into into Haiti. So it really depends on the situation. Of course, we're looking for the less financially burden in each thing. You know, we want to be as cost effective as possible.
You know, as a room nurse, one of the things that I heard that you all had done was that your founder, Reverend Davidson, had been very instrumental in getting surgical equipment and supplies to a group of orthopedic surgeons in Port-au-Prince, I think it was, who were attempting to do as many as 50 surgical procedures on these people without any supplies. I mean, 50 a day is what I read. Can you tell us how that kind of transpired and what kind of success?
With our groups that's working with on the ground, there are about 2 or 3 organizations that we're now partnering with in Haiti that's distributing our supplies. One of the groups called us and said, look, we've got these surgeons that are seeing 50 patients a day. Not to get too graphic, but they're seeing patients with gangrenes already set in, because these folks for days have had broken bones or whatnot, and they haven't had medical treatment.
And open fractures, which leads to gangrene and
Exactly.
infections.
Exactly, and so they don't have the instruments to treat them with. So through those conversations we've had in Haiti, we said, all right, we need to do something. We had just gotten a donation into our warehouse. It was 2 pallets of medical supplies that were perfect for these orthopedics surgeons to treat these folks. And so we had a pilot come out from Northern Virginia, flew into the Virginia Aviation. We loaded up the plane.
Great.
And we sent that down to Florida, which then went straight into Haiti. And actually, that landed in Dominican Republic and was trucked in to their group. So they're now using those supplies that we flew in, which was about a week ago.
I think that's really wonderful. Seeing on television this critical need for medical supplies and medical attention for these people, and so many of the doctors themselves were killed. It's just, you know, it's just overwhelming to me to try to imagine what these people are going through. You brought some pictures.
I sure did.
So as Phil, will you put them up on the screen, and we'll get Ishmael to tell us what they are.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Right here we have Liberty University was also wanting to help efforts, and so what they did is they have been still collecting supplies on campus. And this is the gentleman that actually drove that pallet over for the day, so they had collected all kinds of water and baby supplies and everything. So Liberty University students and faculty and staff have been great supporting our project, and that's actually there in our warehouse there. So we're really excited to see them. A lot of groups like Liberty have come. This was a local company here in Lynchburg that wanted to donate a pallet of water. We were very, very happy to see them. They were actually a big surprise. A lot of companies just drive up and say, hey, we decided to collect this for you guys. So we've gotten a lot of bottled water from companies just like this one, and it's just been a blessing to see. And this is what we were talking about earlier. We were at the Virginia Aviation in Lynchburg, and this is our big old Gleaning for the World truck. That's our 24-footer that we had put 2 pallets of medical supplies on, and that's Steve Bryant there in our truck helping unload. He's our logistics expert. And then we have one of the Virginia Aviation gentlemen there on the ground that's helping load up the little plane that's right beside it.
So these are the medical supplies that we see right here?
That's right, and there's that pilot that flew in. He's the guy to the left, and Reverend Davidson, founder and president, COO of Gleaning for the World, is on the right there. And we managed to get every box in that plane. It was actually a smaller plane than we anticipated, but that was filled to the ceiling, literally. So we're very grateful for that pilot coming in. And yeah, that's another shot of us filling it up. That was interesting to see right there. Really interesting. And, I wanted to take more pictures. I'm usually the guy that's behind the camera. I took a picture here of Reverend Davidson. He's normally got a cell phone in his hand or the office phone there, and his computer. He's always talking to our partnering groups or trying to find another product donor here in the United States. So he's very good at what he does. He's been doing this for 11 years now, and he's obviously our hero at Gleaning for the World for making it all happen. So he's always tied up at some point during the day with a phone. And this at Sam's Club for the Haiti collection. This was not the first weekend we had, but it was the second weekend. And you can see we have some staff members out there. What we do normally is hand out flyers as customers walk in, and we have the trailer you see parked there to the left. And as folks walk out from the store, we load up the truck with the supplies they're donating. So it's always fun to meet all the folks there supporting our efforts. This gentleman right here surprised us. He drives up with this pickup truck bottled water, and he never did tell me where he got it. I guess he just went out and bought out the store somewhere. And so we spent a few moments unloading this truck. He was just glad to be part of our Haiti efforts, and really neat to see the people that poured out their hearts and their wallets for this. And these are some of our volunteers. This is Ricky on the left and Guy on the right. Both of these guys have helped out in our Haiti relief efforts, and it's great to have them there. There's no way we could have helped load that truck. With 10 of us only full-time at the office, it would just be so hard for us to do all this work at one time. So having these volunteers show up at these collection sites are a tremendous blessing. And this is us in the warehouse. This is a group of our volunteers there. What we're going through are the medical supplies that were recently donated for our medical companies.